All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the start of 2019. Let's make this our year. Now, there are quite a few cryptocurrencies, quite a few coins that are making moves, already starting the year off strong. They're trying to make 2019 their year. And it's the coins that are getting used and getting adopted today that are probably going to be worth a lot of money tomorrow. So it's good that we point this out to you. Today we're covering four of those. Recent news coming out of Ripple's XRP, Dash, Monero making a very nice partnership with Fortnite, huge video game, and of course, recent news coming out of Camp Bitcoin, the Mac Daddy of them all. And before we get into specifics, let me just talk generally for a second, because I want to remind you that we're still in the early days of a cryptocurrency revolution. And as we go forward, we're going to start seeing the snowball effect happen. And, the weeks can go by slow sometimes, but the years go by fast. And yes, I still think we have yet to see Bitcoin's bottom. But besides that, I think 2019 is going to be the year where cryptocurrency continues to penetrate our society. I'm bullish on 2019. I'm even more bullish on 2020 and even more bullish on 2021. And I think, this is what I'm doing, I think if you stick around in cryptocurrency for the next 2 to 5 years, investing in Bitcoin, investing in the right altcoins, I think it's very possible to achieve life-changing wealth, huge gains. I mean, that's my plan. You do what you want, but I share with you my favorite coins all the time. I share with you my strategies. And one thing somebody always asks me is, a lot of times you go, hey, Aaron, hey, Altcoin Daily, how can you be so sure that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is a good investment? I mean, almost every video is me trying to prove to you that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is a good investment. But besides that, the short answer is, why am I investing in Bitcoin? The short answer is it's because Bitcoin is useful. Bitcoin is better than what we have now. It's a better store of value than gold. It's a better means of payment other than fiat. And this chart, I wanted to share this with you. This illustrates that perfectly, because you have to think of what makes money money. What are the traits of money? And if you think about it, it needs to be fungible, as in interchangeable. It needs to be non-consumable, portable, durable, highly divisible, secure, as in it cannot be counterfeited, easily transactable, and of course, scarce. And Bitcoin ranks high in all of those, better than gold, better than fiat. You can see exactly how it compares, as in portability, of course. Gold, yeah, you can carry around a little bit of gold, but it's not like you can take $1 million worth of gold on a plane ride from Los Angeles to New York. But you can easily take $1 million worth of Bitcoin from a plane ride from Los Angeles to New York. Or scarcity, Gold is moderately scarce, but Bitcoin is even scarcer because there's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoins ever created. Bitcoin cannot be counterfeited. What changed the game back, Satoshi Nakamoto back 10 years ago in 2019 for the first time created digital scarcity. And that's what makes Bitcoin secure. I just wanted to show you this before we get into these news stories. And because Bitcoin is so much better and because Bitcoin is so useful, we're seeing news stories every day that show us that demand is increasing. I mean, did you ever think about how is it possible? How can so many of these cryptocurrency influencers post multiple times a week, if not every day, like we do? And the answer is it's because people, merchants, institutions are getting more and more involved every day. And that's the kind of stuff the mainstream media does not cover, but we love to point that out to you. And just think about what this means as we snowball into the future. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to our channel. Join the Altcoin Daily team, because we break down concepts, we cover recent news, we keep you in the know every single day. And, this is stuff the mainstream media does not talk about it. But we will, so let's talk about it. Let's go over some recent news. So, despite the market being down, Bitcoin transaction volume is at a 10-month high, and transaction fees are at a 2-year low. So that means Bitcoin is scaling and adoption is increasing. Now, besides that, Bitcoin mining difficulty has adjusted 10% upwards for the first time in months. All right, so what does this mean? You can see the chart right here. So the takeaway for this headline is that Bitcoin has an adjustment algorithm built into it so that miners will always be able to earn a profit and continue mining so that Bitcoin's network stays secure. That's built into the algorithm. Now, a month or two ago, we saw this dip. We saw the difficulty adjust down to make it easier for Bitcoin to be mined. And now the difficulty has increased 10% up. So the network continues to adjust and stabilize on its own. Wanted to point this out to you. I like this. Now let's get into some altcoin news. I love this one. Fortnite, one of the most popular video games on the planet, now accepts Monero as a payment option in their official merch store. So this is a screenshot if you are paying for whatever you buy. Fortnite, one of the hugest video games in the world. Whatever you purchase in their official store, you can see you can pay with credit card, PayPal, or Monero. And reading a few of these comments on Reddit, this is great news, considering that this game seemed to be extremely popular in 2018, and now they are only accepting Monero in terms of crypto. This is a big deal. I keep wanting to change my mind about Monero becoming the long-term digital money, but I can't. At a simple perspective, it has a different algorithm or source code than Bitcoin, most private, which complements its fungibility, low fees, and their community is always making reports about the pros and cons of Monero. So this person can't find a reason not to invest in Monero. This person's pretty bullish. Interesting. It's the official store too. And this person commented on Globy. Globy payment processor is honestly amazing. They support Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin, but also Lightning Network and Monero. Truly the best of everything. I'm impressed Fortnite went for them. So this is good news. And let me show you Monero on coinmarketcap.com. So right now Monero is trading for a little bit under $50. And what makes Monero special, it was one of the first privacy coins created, and a lot of people like it because it has a lower circulating supply, even lower than Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has 21 million coins, or will eventually, and Monero's circulating supply is 16 million, so it's pretty low. And when you have a low supply, that means any demand for it will really increase the price. And you can see when the whole market was getting pumped, Monero was at one time worth about $500. Now we're below $50. Now back before the market pumped, Monero was trading for a long time around $10, $11, $12. Hit a new plateau around 35, and then another plateau around 90. So if you wanted to pick up some Monero, I'd suggest, if we take a look at the markets, I'd suggest probably Binance. That's where I'd buy Monero today. Now, maybe you don't want to buy it quite yet because personally, I think the market still has a bit to dip. Maybe you either want to start cost averaging, buying a little bit at a time, or maybe you just want to get this on your radar in general. Let's go to the next piece of news. Also pretty cool. Dash gains 4,000 merchants, dozens of integrations, and has historical developments in 2018. So this is more just showing you how far Dash has come in 2018. So adoption, the most significant victory for Dash in 2018 has undoubtedly been merchant adoption, with a large spike in accepting businesses around the world. According to merchant listing site Discover Dash, a little over 500 known merchants accepted Dash at the end of 2017. So at the end of 2017, there were about 500 merchants accepting Dash. Now, as we got to the end of 2018, over 4,000 more merchants have decided to accept Dash, making the number, at the time of whoever wrote this, making the number 4,692 merchants that are accepting Dash currency. That's pretty cool. Now, if you want to read this whole article, it's a good read, but I want to point out there's a resource to you. If you're big on Dash, you can go to discoverdash.com. All these links will be in the description, and you'll be able to see any city in the world, explore your city, find the best place to eat, drink, and shop with Dash nearest you. So I live in Los Angeles. Let's type in LA and see what's going on with Dash. Search. Okay. So not too much. They're pretty big in South America and other places in the world, but we do see a few spots popping up for Dash, and Dash ATM at Frank's Liquor, quality establishment. Dash ATM at Liquor Town. I've never been there. I'll have to check it out. Dash ATM at Holiday Inn. So there's a lot of ATMs. Electronic cigarette online store accepts Dash. Pretty nice. So not too huge in Los Angeles, but once again, you can check out any city in the world and find out where to spend Dash. Now, this is pretty interesting, right? Let's see what Dash is trading at today. All right, so Dash is trading at just about $80 today. They have a max supply of around 18 million, which isn't a lot either. Fairly low supply, less than Bitcoin. And at one time, Dash was trading, it got pumped all the way up to over $1,000, $1,500. Wow. And now we're at 80. Wow. Now, before it got pumped, we had a plateau around 250 and a plateau around 70. And before that, we were trading at, between less than $10 for a long time. So put this on your radar. It seems like Dash is making moves. I hear about them all the time. Real merchants, real adoption. So this is something I'm going to keep on my radar. I might take out a position in Dash in 2019. Next piece of news. Ripple moves 755 million in XRP in 4 seconds, spending less than 1 cent in fees. So, I mean, the story to me is just a headline. You can read the whole thing if you want, but the fact is Ripple is doing or XRP rather. Ripple's the company, XRP is the token, and it is doing exactly what it was intended to do, as in it's a coin for the banks to handle cross-border payments. If I wanted to send money to my friend in the Philippines right now, I would waste a lot of money, but more than that, I would waste a lot of time because it would cost me high fees and it would take over a week for my bank to transfer to the Philippines. It's a joke. I mean, it's 2019 already. So we're seeing Ripple and XRP get adopted more and more throughout the years. I think Ripple XRP does have a future. Now, each partnership that Ripple makes doesn't mean that they're using the XRP token, which is something you need to keep clear. But, because sometimes, Ripple will make a partnership and it'll give them what they call X current, which doesn't need their native token XRP. But if they adopt X Rapid, that does use XRP. But even the companies and even the banks that don't use XRP right away, I think the overall goal is that whenever they're ready to move into cryptocurrency, it'll be an easy transition because they're already partnered with Ripple in some way. So keep that in mind. Let's check out Ripple on CoinMarketCap right now. All right, so we know about Ripple, right? Right now it's trading at 36 cents. It's holding its value relatively well in the bear market. We saw lows for 2018 at around, it's about 26 cents, 26 cents. And right now we're at 36. I'm personally, this is just me. Some people get mad at me for this. I don't have a position in Ripple right now. But I'm looking to get involved, but I just think there's still a lot of hype surrounding Ripple, and for good reason. They're always in the news, but I'm kind of waiting to see if it dips below 25 cents, and then I might take out a position. Now, huge max supply, huge total supply, huge circulating supply. So, comes with the territory. XRP is not decentralized, not really. And again, a lot of XRP fans are going to hate me for just saying basic truths. I hope they don't downvote this video to counteract XRP haters who don't want to hear the truths about their coin. Everybody hit the like button, and it's going to counteract and really help us grow as a channel. All right, now the last thing I want to show you, that was the news for today. But the last thing I want to show you is where we are in adoption. So this is called the Lindy effect. And generally speaking, the Lindy effect is the theory, I guess, that the more time that something is successful, I guess, the better chance it will be successful in the future. So for instance, if Bitcoin was around for a year, there's a good chance that Bitcoin will be around for another year. Or if Bitcoin has been around for 5 years, there's a good chance that Bitcoin will be around for another 5 years. Now Bitcoin has been around for 10 years. So there's a good chance that Bitcoin is going to be around for another 10 years. And let me just show you how this adoption thing is probably going to happen. So when Bitcoin was first created, it was all the way down here. What did they create? Digital scarcity. Satoshi Nakamoto created something that could be sent online that was scarce, as in could not be copied. It's immutable, it's irreversible, and it started off as kind of just a cool thing, a digital collectible for nerds and cyberpunks. And as time went on and speculation happened, more people started to buy it and hold it, and we started to see the greater security and robustness of the network, and we saw that it could withstand social and technical attacks, and it was accumulating battle scars, and it was still around, and it was proving that the system is hard to change and thus reliable, reducing anxiety. We're pretty much right around here, and as you can see, we have a lot to go as far as adoption, but this is what we might see in 2019, 2020, and 2021. People are going to realize greater perceived safety transacting Bitcoin, greater education. They're going to go through understanding, greater decentralization. As more people from all around the world start to buy and use Bitcoin, there's going to be greater liquidity. And people are going to realize that, Bitcoin, it's a reliable store of value. And it's going to have, the network's going to grow, and we're going to get even greater liquidity, and the price is going to stabilize. For the last 10 years, Bitcoin is known for, having huge swings up and down, and that's probably going to continue to happen, but eventually we'll get to a point where it's not going to be so, it's not going to be such huge swings. It's going to stabilize, level out a little bit, kind of like the stock market. The stock market doesn't go up 10% in a day. It goes up 1% or 0.5% or 2%. And pretty soon, we're going to get to widespread medium of exchange, even greater price stability, convenient unit of account, and pretty soon we'll have full global money. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. Now, we're right here. We're still early adopters, I think. Probably the majority of people aren't going to be getting involved in Bitcoin till right around here. And even more so, really the world isn't going to get involved in Bitcoin till here. And because we're early adopters, with risk comes the possibility of reward. And we're taking the risk early on and going, I think Bitcoin has value. I think cryptocurrency has value. So we're going to see. I'm going to use it. We're going to see. And if and when this happens, you and me are going to be the ones that really make out in the future. Anyway, I wanted to show you this. Thought it was really cool. All right. That's it for me today, my friends. If you found value in this video, give it a like. I thought I picked some good stories, Monero, Dash, XRP, Bitcoin. Thought we went over some cool stuff. Let me know in the comments. All right, I will see you tomorrow.